Hello, in this video I'm going to talk to you about the More Options feature that allows you to adjust your settings. So the first thing I'm going to do is click into my sample classroom team, and on the left hand side of the page you have the name of your class team with 3 dots. That'll bring you to More Options, and underneath you'll have a link to your general channel that also gives you a set of 3 dots for More Options, and those provide different features. So the first thing I want to do is click the 3 dots beside the name of your class team. Once you do that, you go to Manage Team, and this brings you into the class team to be able to adjust your settings, to be able to add members. Now, in a previous video I had talked to everyone about how to add members, whether that's other teachers or students to your class team. One thing I did not mention, however, that I should probably talk about now, if I click out the members and guests, I have Marty as my sample student. If you ever want to remove a student from your team, it's as simple as clicking the X over here, and when you click the X it will allow you to remove a student. To remove a teacher from your team though, for whatever reason, it's not quite as simple. It is an extra step. So you would simply come over here, click the arrow beside owner. You have to adjust that teacher from an owner to a member, and once you do that, that will bump the teacher's name down below, and then you will have the option to click the X, which will remove that teacher from your team. So getting back here to another option, so once you are in your More Options setting within your team, there's also a checkbox down here that says Mute Students. Now, a misconception about this, it does not mean that you are literally muting a student's microphone. This Mute Students button from within this setting means that you are muting them from engaging in the chat. So once you are in a Teams meeting, students have the ability to access a chat feature. However, if this box is checked off, that mutes them from the chat. So again, it has nothing to do with their microphone being muted. It just means that they cannot access the chat to contribute. They can still read messages that a teacher is posting, but they cannot respond or provide their own content within a chat. You have the ability to check this main box at the very top that will mute all students, or you may want to select for your own reasons in your own classroom management strategies, for whatever reason might be occurring. You may want to only check off individual students or maybe a small group. So it is possible to take away the chat feature for selected groups of students and yet still allow certain others to be able to engage as well, or you could just mute the entire class. If it's unchecked, then that means your entire class will have access to the chat once they are in their Teams meetings, scheduled through the class general channel. Something else I'd like to point out to you while we were on this page is the Settings tab right here. If I go to the Settings tab, you will get a number of different options. The only one at this point that I would suggest is really important is to click on your member permissions. And just a sample of the way that I have mine set up, I am not looking for members, meaning students in my channel, to be able to delete channels, add or remove apps, upload custom apps. I'm taking away that functionality. But what I do want to have checked off is the ability for owners, myself as the classroom teacher, to be able to delete any messages. So that's just a setting that I wanted to draw your attention to. If I come back over here to the left hand side and I switch from the Mr. Pollock's class More Options down to the general channel More Options, once I click there, I go to Manage Channel. This gives you a few options where you get to choose who can post messages within your general class team. This is not referring to a Teams meeting being underway and the chat functionality within a meeting. This refers to the ability to post messages within the main page of the class team itself. So right now I have it checked off that only owners can post messages. I'm not looking for students personally. For my needs in the classroom team, I'm not looking for students to be able to post messages or chat. And I'll show you what I mean by that. With this checked off, that means that once I go into my class team, at this level, you can see that at the bottom there is a new conversation button. By checking off that only owners can post messages, that means that students do not have the ability to click a new conversation and start posting messages within my main page of my classroom team. Thank you.